Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I am here to do another Friday Reads video. So yes, I am very much aware that I did not upload a Friday Reads video last week and I sincerely apologize about that. Life just got a little bit crazy. I was on spring break. If you guys saw last week's reading vlog, which will have right on the screen. I was working and I was on spring break, so I didn't have time to really sit down and film some videos for you guys. So that's why there was only one video last week. So again, I apologize about that. But I do have some updating as far as reading to do for you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right in and get started. The past 2 weeks have not been the best as far as reading because I've been in kind of a reading slump. Again, if you guys have seen my reading vlogs, you would know that. And I'm starting to get out of it now, but I'm still kind of in the middle. So the past 2 weeks since my last reading vlog, Friday Reads, I've only read 2 books. The first one of those was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I listened to this on audio and I have been listening to this for about a month and a half now, and I finally finished it, and I don't know, I don't think it was for me, you guys. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay, but I don't think there was much of a plot, and I can definitely see why people consider this their favorite book of all time. Personally, for me, and I don't know if it was the narration or just the way the plot was written out, it wasn't for me. So like I said, I gave that a 3 out of 5 stars. And the only other book I've read since I last did a Friday Reads video was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This is a book I read for March Mystery Madness, which is a month-long readathon I am participating in the month of March. I'll link my TBR on the screen as well. And this is an adult psychological thriller that takes place in Atlanta, and it follows 2 sisters who have kind of lost touch. They haven't talked to each other in about 20 years, and then all of a sudden one of the sisters, her husband is killed, and it brings them back together under mysterious circumstances, and it kind of takes off from there. I don't want to give too much away about this book. I thought it was really good. You guys know that mystery thrillers are not really my particular genre of choice. I typically reach for more sci-fi and fantasy, but like I said, I'm doing this month-long readathon to push myself to read more thrillers, and I really enjoyed this book. I did find it a little bit slow at times, and I think it could have been cut down 75 to 100 pages, but overall I think the story arc was really good, so I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And that is everything that I have read in the past couple of weeks. So now we're going to move on to the books I'm currently reading. The first book I'm currently reading is the Chapter by Chapter Book Club Book of the Month for the month of March, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This was one of my most anticipated releases of this year, as well as many of you guys. And if you guys do not know what Chapter by Chapter is, I've said this in many videos before, but it is the book club I run over on Goodreads. The link is always down below if you guys are interested in joining us. And I am currently on page 120 of this, and I am really liking this. I actually had a partial arc of this from NetGalley back in December, and from what I had read of that, when I read it back in December, I really loved it. So I was really excited to get the finished copy from my library this month, and like I said, I think it's very enjoyable. This is a West African inspired fantasy novel that takes place in a world where magic used to flourish all over the land, and then one day it disappears. And it follows our main character Zelly, who teams up with a rogue princess and her brother to kind of bring back magic, and it takes off from there. Like I said before, I'm really enjoying this book. I highly recommend it. Can we talk about this cover as well, because it's absolutely stunning. If you guys would like to join us for our live show will be on April 7th here on this channel. So when that goes live, I will link it on the screen as well and down below. Now we're moving on to the ebooks and audiobooks I am currently reading. Most of these have been the ones I mentioned in previous Friday Reads ones. So starting off with the one audiobook I'm currently listening to, and that is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. I am currently about 11.5 hours into this, and I'm really liking it. This is a collection of novellas that follows our main character Simon after the events of the Mortal Instruments series, which I finished back in February. Right? Yeah, February. So I'm moving on to this. So far, so good. It's pretty quick and easy to read, so definitely getting a lot out of that. It also bridges the worlds between the Infernal Devices, after the events of the Mortal Instruments, and going into the Dark Artifices trilogy, which I'm super excited to do finally move on to. The next one I'm currently reading is The Shining by Stephen King. This is another one I'm reading from March Mystery Madness. This one I'm reading on ebook, and I read Stephen King for the first time back in February. I listened to Mr. Mercedes on audio and loved it. This one I'm kind of having the opposite experience with. I'm liking The Shining, but not as much as I would have hoped after reading Mr. Mercedes. This is kind of slow, but the action is starting to pick up. I'm about 70% into it, and like I said, it's good. It's just a little slow, and I'm sure you guys all know what The Shining is about. It's a cult classic horror novel that has been adapted into a film, which I have not seen. But I'm excited to finish this up and see where the story wraps up from here. And the last book I'm currently reading is also on ebook, and that is Echo by Lauren Walker. This was a review book I got from the author last year. So thank you so much to the author for sending me this. This one is a new adult sci-fi book that takes place in space, obviously, and it follows our character who rescues a woman who apparently has some supernatural abilities. I actually put this one aside to read The Shining, so it's been a few weeks since I last picked it up, but from what I had read when I was reading it at the time, I was really enjoying it, so I'm excited to continue on with that. And that is all I'm going to have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All the books I mentioned in this video will be linked down below as always, along with all my social media links. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye!